Thank you. Hi there. So I have a question for you. Do you love your job? Think about that for a moment. Do you really love your job? Now, I'm not going to embarrass anybody in the room by asking you to raise your hands because you're all managers and leaders in this organization, and we wouldn't want anybody looking around to see who loves their job. But when we think about this from the perspective of our employees, what do you think would happen if you asked your employees, do you love your job? Let's explore some of the reasons employees say they love their jobs and the impact that can have on productivity and well-being in the workplace. Reason number one, I have the tools to do my job. Now, that might seem pretty obvious, right? So if you want me to do a job, I've got to have the tools to do my job. Make sense? Yeah, well, guess what? 1 in 4 employees say they don't have the tools to do their job. So it's a little hard to be productive if you don't have the tools to do your job. Point number 2, I feel strongly valued. We all want to feel valued, right? But are we telling our employees that we value them and appreciate the work that we do? Only 21% of employees are saying that they feel valued. So maybe this is a place we could spend a little of our energy helping recognize them and valuing them. The third point is, I like my peers and the camaraderie in the workplace. Well, that's all about the social connection. We all like to be connected socially. And there's a lot of great research that shows us that social connection is really a key to well-being, that we want to feel connected to other people. The next key point is that there is a strong culture in the workplace. You may remember that for a long time, Lou Gerstner managed IBM as the CEO. And Lou said, there's one thing I learned at IBM, it's that culture is everything. The workplace culture that we create is that environment, the norms and what goes on in the workplace that really creates the environment where people really feel part of that organization. And if we're not creating that culture, then it's not where they feel like they really want to be. Only 64% said that they don't have a strong culture in their workplace. So that's a frightening number. Let's look at the 5th point. I like my supervisor. Okay, well, how many times have we heard, people don't quit companies, they quit their managers, right? Well, only about 50% of employees are satisfied with their managers. Let's look at the 6th point, which is opportunity for professional development and growth. We all want to feel like there's some place to go, we can continue to achieve and move forward in our careers. And yet so many times employees are saying, I don't feel like there's any place to go here, or I'm not learning any new skills. So individual growth and development got to be a key part of really what we're doing in the workplace with our employees. The next key point is the commitment to the vision of the organization. As leaders, you set that vision, you communicate that vision to the workforce. And if that vision isn't clear, sort of like, okay, why are we here? What are we doing? We've got to have a very clear vision. When employees are committed to that vision, then they really feel like there's a reason to get out of bed in the morning. There's a reason to be here. I'm part of something bigger than just me. That has to start in the hiring process. We need to make sure that from the beginning, we're hiring the right people who can be on board with that vision, and that we're clearly articulating what that vision is and why we have a purpose here. Purpose is so important. Gallup research tells us that purpose is really the #1 piece of well-being. That when we have a strong purpose, when we understand why we want to do things, that's what jazzes us. That's what gets us out of bed in the morning. That's why we want to be here. And our last point is around good work-life integration. So integration, it's, we hear the balance piece all the time. It's got to fit together. It's got to be integrated. It's got to be the way that it can work for each individual. Now, as managers, I know that's hard, right? We've all got individuals with different demands and different, requirements. But we have to be conscious about that. We have to provide those opportunities for employees to be able to match the work with their life so that they don't feel that one's outweighing the other. So our job as managers and leaders is to create the culture and the conditions in which employees can show up every day doing their best, where they feel valued and where they can thrive. And that's when people will say, I love my job. Thank you.